Great day, great day, great day. It's me. It's me. Happy Thursday, guys. We're on episode 9. I had to double check and make sure. I can't keep up. I'm getting so used to them. I'm starting to lose count. But happy episode 9, guys. And it's almost Easter. Easter is this weekend, so I'm excited. I have a big weekend planned. Going to the Hallelujah Tour concert on Friday night. Doing indoor skydiving for the first time, and I'm doing a nice Easter dinner on Sunday, and then church that evening. So I'm gonna do a video recap on that. That's gonna be one of my episodes, as well as I have a special episode that's gonna come out next week. Right. So gonna jump right into it. This topic I've been toying around with, kind of debating if I really wanted to go there or not, but I figured why not. So here we go. Let's talk about letting go and moving on, right? So at this age that I am, which is none of your business, I'm playing on. At 36, I've experienced a lot of letting go and moving on. No, I've experienced a lot of letting go, but not moving on, right? And my thing would be is like I always had this fear of leaving the wrong people behind, or this fear of moving forward without people, or like I never wanted to experience certain moments without people. Let me get my handy dandy notebook. It just is hard. Like, it's hard. Well, it was hard. It was hard. And like that whole thing people say, reason, seasons, and all that great stuff. It's like, I'm like, I didn't want seasonal people. Like, I wanted everybody to be a lifetime friend. I want everybody to be someone I was going to be around for everything, for like marriage, for his kids, and, for his house. I wanted people around for all these great monumental moments in life. And I had to understand, and I really grasped hold of it the most last year, is that sometimes people do come in and out of people come into your life to live your life. People come into your life to teach you a lesson, drop a gem, and move on to the next, And I most recently had a situation, and it's so crazy because it kind of still, like, a couple of years ago, if it would have happened, if this separation would have happened, I would have been a wreck, because like I just would have been over it. I would have been done. I would have been like crying in a corner, deep, heavy depression. And this took place in the middle of in the middle of my eye recovery. So it was like everything was just a shit show. But it happened. And no matter if I agreed or disagreed with what was said, I had to understand that piece, that chapter in my life had to close. And instead of sitting there being upset, being emotional, and being so distraught with the situation, I made the choice to accept it, receive what was for me, and not take what wasn't for me, and be grateful for the memories that I had, And I made the choice to move on. I knew that person had a whole nother life to live, and I had my life to live as well. And what I wasn't going to do was put myself in another situation where someone walked away, or someone, I severed ties with someone, or we severed ties with each other, and I was stuck holding on while they were going on living their best life. They're laughing, enjoying the moment, and I'm just sitting here just down and depressed over something that was meant to happen, And that even applies with family. That applies with family, coworkers, you name it. I've learned that you have to understand and receive, like when it comes to friendships that end, You know, like I've even had friendships where I wanted to leave and God said stay. Like it's been a couple of them where it's like I'm like I don't want to do this, God, and God's just like stay. Like this is a lifetime friend. But the thing about it is I got so scared and so used to seasonal people that I was like, well, maybe it's seasonal, walk away. But I wasn't supposed to. But that's another topic for another day. Okay? Knowing when to go and when not to go. All right? So we'll talk about that later. But back to letting go. Um, Another part of letting go, especially when it comes again with close friends, family, whatever it is that you're letting go, whether it's because, you know, people grow apart or you decide that you don't want to deal with a toxic person's behavior, that could be family or friends, you know? You have to take what you can from it, take the lesson from it. If you have beautiful memories, hold on to those and sit there and say, this is something I could sit there and I could hold on to and smile because I had that moment. Some people are meant to be like an ornament on, you know, have ornaments on the tree, like those custom made ornaments that have a child's picture or have an anniversary date or stuff like that. It's like even though it's a new season with newer decorations, you still have those old ones to cherish, you know, those memories, you know, and or even of the fact it's like, okay, you saved the ornament. You can't use it for the next year because you can't use that ornament for the next year because next year's decorations, it's not going to match. That old decoration isn't going to blend in with the new decorations. But you still have that piece to pull up and look and say, hey, I remember that time. Don't sit in it, but embrace it. Embrace it. Reflect on it. Let it smile and then sit there and say, even if I had this moment with this one person, I can have it with many others going forward. You know, like that person may have been a part, and this is the thing I had to learn, that person may have been a part of that special memory, but they weren't in that memory by themselves. You were there too. You know, you both made it special. So you can go and make those same special memories with other people. And what I've also learned is when you're letting go sometimes, because like I know I've learned from a lot of people bad behaviors. I've met some people that have taught me things I needed. It's like holding up a mirror. I would see people do things and I'm just like, I can't get with that. Like, I'm not with that. Like, I can't do that shit. But then I really realized, Russell, you do that too. And like, it's so crazy. I had that happen to me too. I had a person I really looked at them like, dang, like, I was mad at the way they were doing things. And I was like, damn, like, I do that too. And instead of being mad when ways were parted or when dynamics changed, I was appreciative for meeting someone like them that could be a walking mirror for me. And I'm grateful. Like, I really look back over, like, everybody I've encountered in life, whether it was good or bad, or was all good or it was all good or all bad. At the end of the day, they're both two things that I learned from. Like, it's kind of like, you know, I learned the stove was hot because I touched it. You know, it hurt bad, but I learned from it to where it's like, all right, I see the signs. I see the red. I can feel the temperature. I know don't touch it. You know, that's a good analogy. Thank you, God. I just made that up. Look at me. So, yeah, you tend to learn. And it's like sometimes, you know, you'll meet people and they'll teach you things, especially when it comes to relationships. Baby, let me tell you about that. I have encountered some people. Oh, I've encountered some people. And it wasn't even in my whole days. But it was. Okay. So anyways, so I've encountered people to where it's like I have an ex-fiance And as terrible as the situation ended, as terrible as, let's be honest, as terrible as the whole relationship was, because I realized, like, I really sat there and suffered so much and was unhappy, but I put a smile on for other people. But it taught me a lot about the type of relationship that I didn't want. But it also taught me how far things could go if I decided to settle. You know, even though it's like, I can't even sit there, like my ex and I were bad for each other. It wasn't just he was bad for me. We were bad for each other. We were also good for each other as well. I learned another story that I'm not going to go into, but not going to go into that story. Maybe we'll see how we are in a year. I may tell that story, but I got to. But anyways, that's a situation I'm still learning from, and I'm still learning a lot about me to where I know what I don't want in a partner. But I also learned what I bring to a partnership. Okay? I learned what I bring to a partnership. And I learned what I'm capable of. You know, I learned how strong I can love on a person, you know? And I also learned, like, you know how they sit there and they say, like, how you gonna love somebody if you can't love yourself? Like, that was me. And I thought that was a bunch of bullshit. I'm like, no, I love myself. I love myself. It took me until I was, oh gosh, it took me till about last year for me to learn that I never really loved myself. And it hurt to look in the mirror and to say, damn, Russell, like all this time you've been lying to yourself. And I made the decision that my problem was that's another top for another time, I'm going all over the place. But I learned the power in letting go. I used to be scared to let go of the old me. I used to be scared to let go of memories and let go of who I used to be because I felt like that's who I was supposed to be. Like this person I am today, I was scared of because I didn't know I could become this person. But it required me to let go of the old and let go of the old me and move on with life and move on to see what all God had to offer me. For me to sit there and see that this was me. And the best part about it is I'm not done yet. Like this Russell you see today, you won't see him next year. You'll see another version. It's like the iPhone. It continues to get better and better and better, you know? And I'm grateful. I'm grateful. So to those of you who struggle with letting go and moving on, you got to really ask yourself the question, like, why am I here? What's benefiting me? Now I wanna don't take it as why, don't take me something and say, why are you living? No, why am I in this situation? Why am I here with this person? Why am I settling for this disrespect? Why am I choosing to let this person treat me this way? And why am I scared of letting go of it? Like, why am I scared of letting go of a person that's hurting me or thing that's hurting me? You know, why am I scared? Like, why am I choosing to find security in an unhealthy place? And why am I scared of moving on? Why am I scared why am I scared of having a chance? Like, why am I scared of having a chance at getting something better? You know, it's like, why am I so scared? Why am I scared of a 50-50 chance of things being better versus staying in a place where 100% is going to be bad? I'd rather take those odds over there. I'd rather take the risk of trying to find happiness elsewhere versus staying in a place or staying mentally, physically, spiritually in a place that is not serving me. Like, why am I going to find comfort in those places? But it took me trusting in God that much to say, okay, God, show me me. Show me me. And in the process, I'm asking God to show me where I needed to change or be fixed when God showed me what was on the other side. He was on the other side. And also ask yourself this question. I had to ask myself this, and I asked myself this with any friendship or anybody I encounter, whether it be work, out and about, anywhere. I asked myself this question: is God in this? Or can I comfortably welcome God into this? Can I comfortably feel safe bringing God into this partnership, friendship, or connection? You know, and this isn't this isn't talking about relationships in totality, because this applies to relationships too, but it applies to any connection, business, personal, healthcare, wherever it is. Can I bring God into this? And I had to learn, if God's not in it, I'm not supposed to be a part of it. Makes sense to you? It makes sense to me. If it doesn't make sense to you, keep watching until it makes sense to you, okay? But yeah, letting go and moving on. And I'm grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. So grateful. And I'm going to say this with no disrespect. I'm going to say this with no malice in my heart. I'm going to say this with all love in my heart. I am grateful that my old best friend and I parted ways, because he was able to make a decision that I wasn't strong enough to make. And he made a decision for the both of us that, you know, it was for the best. You know, he's happy. I'm happy. From what I understand, he's flourishing. I'm flourishing over here. And I'm so grateful, because I can never, I can't say that, no. I can say that I would have never wanted to have those memories with anybody but him, you know? And even though like my heart was broken when everything went down the way it went down, I'm glad it was him, because I know it was someone that genuinely loved me and cared about me. And I never had to question if he loved or cared about, because I know he did. So I'd rather have been him. So I'm grateful, because I will always have that life lesson, and I will always see the strength and beauty in moving on. And I remember when everything happened, I was worried about what was on the other side. Like, and no, actually, no, be honest, I wasn't worried about what was on the other side, because I had gotten to a place where I understood that it was okay. It was okay. People part ways. And it was no, on my end, no hatred, no malice. And to this day, I still wish him all the best, all the best. I have my moments where like I miss him, but I understand this is where life took us, you know? And again, I'm grateful for every moment. I'm grateful for every memory. I'm grateful for having, like, he was my first male best friend. He was the first gay male I ever really trusted on that level. And I'm grateful for every memory, every birthday, every laugh, every tear. I'm grateful to have encountered such a unique, amazing individual like him. And I'm grateful because out of all my friendships, he's one of the top 5 that made me better, because it taught me a lot about myself. And I'm grateful. You know, see the beauty in letting go and moving on. So it's okay to let go. It's okay to move on. But what I learned from that situation is, whether the other person agrees or disagrees, if I have to let you go for my sanity, I'm going to let you go. You know? And I encourage anybody, like, pray. Like, my thing is, I don't do it without praying about it first, but pray about it, evaluate it, and just ask yourself, like, you know, should distance work? Should I cut this person off? Like, where are we going? You know, and you never know. You may can not spin the block like you're going backwards, or maybe your paths will align again one day. And you can look back and sit there and say, wow, remember when we did this? And now look at all we've accomplished the last time we seen each other. And still going about your life, you know? So, yeah, that was healthy for me. That was healthy for me. And like this moment is like, it's really genuine because I've never talked about it on a public platform. Only a few people really know about it, but to talk about it with this maturity, with this level of maturity, is, I'm grateful because again, I would not have, if anybody else could have sat there, if I could have went through the moment, anybody else, I'm glad it was him because I know it was genuine, you know? So I love you all. Thank you all for watching. Happy Easter. Be safe if you're traveling. Like, comment. We're up to 18 followers now. Let's see if we can get to at least 20. Let's see if we can get to 30 followers by the end of April. That's where we're going to challenge ourselves. So like, share, comment. You do what you do best, and I'm going to keep doing what I do best, which is giving you great content for you to watch, like, and share. I love you all. I am so grateful. We're on episode 9. One of my biggest struggles was consistency, and I'm so grateful because I'm more consistent with this than I was with my TikTok, and I love what God is doing with this and with me and with you all being able to watch. And I love you all. And shout out to everybody that I've ever encountered in life. Like, thank you. If we still speak, if we don't speak, you know, hey, it's always love. Wish y'all the best. Have a great weekend. We'll see you all. I will see you all next week. And yeah, I'm excited because next week's episodes, the next 2 episodes are going to be dope. Dope, very raw, very transparent. I mean, all these are raw and transparent, but these ones are going to be top tier. All right, so I will see you all later. Love y'all. Bye.